Shalom, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Sister Zana, and you've tuned into Cooking with Sakari Zebulon. Now let's get cooking. Shalom, family. Today we're making braised lamb chops with roasted lemon pepper red potatoes. How delish. Well, let me show you how we're going to get started. First, you have my lamb chops. You have some cilantro. Then you have some ground cumin. Then I also have some ground ginger. I have 1 medium sour orange, some seasoned salt, and some blackened seasoning. My utensils that I am using today is a measuring cup, measuring spoons, and a knife to cut my cilantro. First thing I'm going to do is wash half of the bunch of cilantro because I'm only going to use half of it. And as you can see here, I am cutting it into small pieces. Even the stem, because I even love the taste of the stem. Now I'm cutting my sour orange, and I'm gonna squeeze it right there into my measuring cup, seeds and all. If you like to, you can take out the seeds, but I like all of the juice. Next, you're going to put your lamb chops into your pan. And as you can see here, I can fit all 4 of my lamb chops into the pan. And I'm going to add my sour orange right on top. Now comes my dry seasoning. First, with the seasoning salt, I have 1 tablespoon. And I'm going to gently apply this onto all 4 chops. Next, I'm going to get 1 tablespoon of my blackening sauce. Same thing, I'm going to put my blackened seasoning on all 4 chops. Well, it looks like I missed one. Just a little bit more. My third dry seasoning is going to be a teaspoon of my ground cumin. Only 1 teaspoon. After my cumin, I'm going to apply that same 1 teaspoon of my ground ginger. Now, I use ground ginger quite often, so I'm going to get every little piece of it. Uh-oh, it looks like I'm going to have to go back to the market. The last thing, as you can see here, I'm rubbing my dry seasoning on to my lamb chops, and then I am applying my cilantro on top. This is going to be cooking in the oven for about 40 minutes covered, and then the last 30 minutes uncovered. So I'm making sure I get all of my cilantro in that pot before covering it and putting it inside of the oven. Next, you have your red potatoes. Now, one thing about my red potatoes, I'm going to be using the lemon pepper seasoning. And as you can see here, I'm cutting off the little sprouts that are growing on the potato. If you're a gardener like I am, you can use this to grow your own potatoes. So you can set them to the side like I'm setting mine to the side for later use. Next, I'm going to be cutting up my potatoes into about a 1/4 inch thick pieces. How I love red potatoes. It's a very nice and hearty meal and a great alternative for your family. Next, I'm going to be putting my red potatoes in my pan. And for this, you only need 2 ingredients when you put it inside of your pan, so it's very easy to make, not difficult at all. I'm going to be taking 1 tablespoon of that lemon pepper seasoning that I showed you earlier, and I'm going to be applying that all over my potatoes. As you can see here, I have a few potatoes that did not get any of the lemon pepper seasoning, and so I'm just going to put a little bit more on top of those to make sure that all of them got some of the seasoning. Next, I'm going to be covering this mixture with some aluminum foil so that way when you're cooking it, it stays all nice and tender inside and your potatoes do not brown. And that's after I apply a small drizzle of the olive oil that you see here. Those are the 2 seasonings, that's all you need. Now it's getting ready to go right into the oven. And this is going to cook for 40 minutes also, the same time as your meat. And you're going to uncover both of them at the same time. As you can see here, this is after 40 minutes of cooking in the oven. I've uncovered my meat and it's going to be cooking for 30 more minutes. And same thing with my potatoes. I'm getting ready to uncover those also. And they also are going to cook in the oven for another 30 minutes. That way they get a nice golden brown look to it. And there you have it. Brazened lamb chops with lemon pepper, red potatoes. And catch me next time when I have my next episode on Cooking with Sakar Zebulon.